Well, welcome back to the channel. We've been gone for a couple of weeks. Had a little bit of issue with weather, of course, because it's spring, so it's intermittent. Either it's raining, snowing, or sleeting, or sunny. It just depends on the given day. Not to mention the fact that we also had a shortage of materials. We hadn't quite gotten our order in for the lumber package for the start the house, so we couldn't finish the forms or the foundation due to both weather and the supply issues. But those have slowly changed. We're getting some good weather, and the material should be here within the week, being delivered on site. So we've got good news on the building front that will be starting soon. But today, come along as we get started with our 2023 gardening season. This will be our third year of doing a garden here at the house, and some additives that we're going to be doing. So let's get started. Pretty excited about this year. We're going to try some different varieties and some different plants. Learned quite a bit from some of the stuff we grew last year. So this year we're going to try some new stuff, and now's the perfect time to do it. We're still quite a ways away from planting. Generally not going to plant anything outside until around Memorial Day, just because of the frost that we're still getting and the possibility for snow. We're not out of the woods for winter. I think she's going to get a couple more snowstorms in before we get to actual planting, but we're going to get started today on getting our seeds going. For those not familiar with northwestern Montana, we're in Zone 5, more specifically Zone 5B. So our growing season is between May 30th and October 1st. So a mid-range season for growing. Here we are in April, so it's time to break out the supplies to start our growing indoors so that we get a head start on our season this year. This year we've got a couple of things that we're adding new. We're going to be doing some heirloom cucumbers, which are pretty cool. We've had those before, eaten them before, but never grown them. We're going to do a Livingston tomato, heirloom tomato, a little bit larger than those small ones that we grew last year, although we're going to be doing some of the small glacier tomatoes as well. And then we're going to try growing some kohlrabi. All of our seeds are sourced here by Triple Divide Seeds here, and all the seeds are grown in northwestern Montana. Hopefully that gives us an advantage on our planting. Makes the seeds a little bit hardier since they're coming from our zone and they were packaged here in the last year. So that definitely gives us a little bit more oomph when we're talking about growing indoors, and a little hardiness, more hardiness once we get them outside. Another thing that we added this year that we didn't have last year is an inside grow light. What we found is that when we're growing on with the natural light coming through the window in this part of the early spring, that we're getting some really wispy, skinny vegetables, which means they're not getting enough light. So this year we're going to be introducing a grow light into our indoor growing season, and hopefully that will help us get a little bit stronger plants going into our planting season outside. I'll leave a link down below to the description of this light that I got. It's pretty inexpensive on Amazon. It's worth getting and worth trying. I think it was around $30 altogether. One thing we need to do is build a little bit of a stand for it, and so we have that available. So let's get started prepping our trays and getting things ready to start planting our seeds. One thing that I found is that the soil is pretty dry, and if you just put it in the containers and then try and water over it, it doesn't really hydrate the soil well, and it tends to run out, and it makes it a little more impossible. So what I like to do is put it in a container and get it saturated first before I put it in the small grow trays. I found that really does help quite a bit with the soil saturation and keeping the soil moist and watered how I want it. Smells pretty earthy. That's good. Well, we'll start with that and see what we get. That should get us pretty far in some of our containers. We're not going to use all of these little grow trays. We don't have that much space out in the garden, but at least it'll give me some area to space some stuff out and figure out exactly how many of each I'm going to grow. I'm going to probably do a couple extra plants just in case some don't turn out, and give myself a couple extra to plant, to pick from the healthier varieties. Well, the nice part is at least spelling is not a problem in our household. But happy spring 2022 to everyone. Well, we're done with that. We've got the grow trays all set up and ready to go. And so let's start planting some seeds. Do we want to do more than 4? Well, everything that we've got for indoor grow is been planted, and now we're off to go out and recondition our beds and prep those. Like I said, we're still a month and a half out from actually planting in the ground, but I want to start getting the beds ready, and also going to build maybe one or two new planting boxes out there for some different stuff. I want to try and separate out the watermelons from the rest of the stuff and see if we can get those to grow a little bit better than they did last year. So we're off to do that and also build a stand for our grow light. Being spring in Montana, we're still dealing with weather, so bed preparation and planting are still a few weeks out before we get to that. Well, we've had a couple of days since we planted our seeds. In fact, actually a week. We've had intermittent weather as usual, so not much has happened outside as far as our bed preparation goes, which is fine. We've got plenty of time to get that done. We've got other projects and other things that are happening as well. But on that front, we've actually had some pretty good growth on our vegetables so far. I'm pretty excited about that and how that's progressing. The good part is we will have some nice healthy plants to start the season when we get ready to go outside and start planting. So if you like this type of thing, please remember to like and subscribe. We certainly appreciate all the support as our channel slowly grows. And we look forward to seeing you next time. So thanks for watching.